Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are pretty much knowing where our borders are going to be down here, thanks to this guy. However, we're a bit unclear up here, so that's going to be interesting. And apparently I'm a little bit out of breath. Not sure why that's happening. Very strange. However, the mummified remains of a single individual belonging to a previously unknown mammalian species has been found drifting in high orbit over Ditram 2. The being is dressed in what appears to be a flight suit, complete with a helmet, and maybe a fighter pilot that ejected in some ancient battle, only to be forgotten and left behind. Our study of the corpse has provided some interesting data. Okay, that's absolutely fine. Well, our construction ship over here could be constructionating. And I feel like it should. We'll go ahead and build that starbase. And once we're done over here, we can work our way up this way and start filling in this area. Excellent. It's good to know our borders over here. Let's check in on our worlds here. Belgium Prime is currently needing a job, but we have an alloy foundry building up. So that's perfectly fine. Now our fleet finished up this battle, and they desperately need to repair and rebuild their fleet a little bit. We lost a few ships there. That's fine. We'll get that done. And we'll continue exploring out this direction. This is now the priority, to take one of these two systems, because that will cut off all of this. Excellent. The Krill are more spiritualist. That's fine. And we are continuing to grow quite a lot of pops right now. We currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 colonies. We're going to be making another one, and we should probably consider getting out another colony ship at this time. In fact, I think I'm going to. We're lacking the consumer goods. Of course we are. That should have been expected. That 100% should have been expected. We're going to sell a few minerals here. We're going to buy in some consumer goods. We're also going to sell a little food, but mostly volatile motes. We'll buy in 500 consumer goods, and we'll make another colony ship. Excellent. Now, what do we want this world to be? This would actually be a pretty good economy world with all these generator districts. That'll be interesting, seeing how that ends up playing out. We also have this world over here that we could settle, and this world is low gravity. That's not super helpful. Okay. We'll have to see how that ends up playing. I literally just said that. Why am I repeating myself right now? By chance, we stumbled upon a faint alien signal during the survey of this planet. The source appears to be a small object in orbit. The signal contains no message. Could it be a distress transponder? Well, we'll look into that. Excellent. We are, of course, working on filling in a lot of these over here, but in order to get over here... Oh, there's a gateway there. But in order to get over to this region here, we will need 1, 2, 3, 4 star bases. That's not too bad. We can definitely manage that. So after we're done there, we will come out over this way, and I'm not going to queue up the starbase yet, but we'll just go there. An abandoned life pod was detected in close orbit of Sabik 1. It is covered in scorch marks, presumably from when the pod's mothership exploded, and preliminary scans suggest it was built more than 5,000 years ago. The crew of the GCS Broken Core managed to open the pod, revealing the withered remains of a reptilian alien, clad in a resplendent uniform. Clutched in one of its claws was a small picture of another individual from the same race, possibly a mate or revered leader. Interesting. Well, we gained some society research out of that. We'll call that worthwhile for now. Now we are going to run out of energy credits, food, and consumer goods soon enough. And it's definitely getting a bit grim on the economic level. There's no doubt about that. We do need to... Actually, we can upgrade our planetary capital here, and we're absolutely going to do that. We do need to get ourselves some production on Sredma going. Unfortunately, our pops are not growing very quickly at all. We still have 3 jobs available. 2 of those are miners, and 1 of them is necrophyte. Okay. We should probably move in a pop from Canopus Prime to Sredma. And I think we'll move in this... I think we'll move in this clerk. I don't want to move in this farmer because we're currently lacking in our food production. So there's that. We have a population of 8 here, 8 here, of 10 here, which is enabling us to have this alloy foundry, and 2 here. On Azure Chalice, we have a population of 41. I would like to continue to resettle to Sredma, except that we're losing energy credits right now, so that's going to be a little bit painful. But maybe, for right now, we just move some bureaucrats over. We'll move 1 bureaucrat over, which means that we now have unemployment here. We still can't get this building slot because we need 6 more. So let's hop into our market here and just see about making ourselves a few more energy credits. And let's move a few more of these bureaucrats over. Oh, that would cause a building to be ruined. Yeah, we're at 40. Okay, fair enough. We have 14 on Sredma Prime now. We have an available job and an unemployment. I think this just hasn't updated. Okay. We could move in a colonist here. And a second colonist. Oh, that was to Azure Chalice. What am I doing? That was a mistake. This needs to go to Sredma. Okay, we'll do something like that. And that puts us at 16 pops, which enables us to get this building slot, which enables us to build civilian industries. That's going to be 2 jobs there. So we may also want to construct an agriculture district, but we can't afford to do it just now. Actually, it looks like this is updated to 2 unemployed specialists. That's fine.
Study has been completed.
Okay, engineering research from researchers. That's always good. I think we'll probably go for army damage and minerals from jobs. Hang on, don't we already have mineral purification hubs? Was that not already an option? Mineral purification plants. Gotcha. This is the upgraded version. Okay. At the same time, city district housing would be really nice. We're going to go for the mineral purification hubs for now, though. We need to be working on our economy. So that's good. We have an unemployed pop on Azure Chalice right now. That said, that should go away. This is a specialist, and we have non-specialist jobs available. However, the planetary administration upgrade will likely make those specialist jobs, or some specialist jobs for that specialist to be in. So that'll be fine. This construction ship is not currently doing anything. Let's take it back this way and start filling in some of these, I think. Which do we want to go for? Actually, we need a mining station in Sredma, so we will do that. Excellent. We're still a ways away from grabbing Wilcom, so that's fine. We'll just bank up our influence for right now. That'll be 100% fine. And getting these civilian industries here online will be a big, big deal for us. Research complexes are now available. Not that we're going to use them just yet. We're going to grab Energy Nexus for now. That'll be a very good thing for us to have. Another 12 days until these civilian industries are done. Excellent. There they are, and that means on our next month tick, we should see a significant reduction in our consumer goods shortage, as in it should go down to -2. Did only one job get filled there? Hang on a moment. It's a necrophyte job that's available. Okay, I guess this tooltip indicates the total production for both jobs, not a per job basis. Noted. I wonder if they changed that, or if I've just had the wrong assumption this whole time and not noticed. Fascinating. Regardless, we still cut our consumer goods shortage in half, which is very, very good for us. Now, where is most of our energy credits going? Most of it is going into stations, starbases, and buildings. Now, when is our next tradition going to be? 7 months. So, we've already gotten starbase upkeep reduction. That's the free building slot there. I believe prosperity is where we would have to go. Yeah, building and district upkeep. City districts providing an additional clerk job. Specialist pop resource output increased by 5%. That's pretty strong too. We're going to want prosperity. That's for sure. But do we want to stop filling adaptability for now? Resettlement cost reduction would be nice. I don't think it's strictly necessary. I'm not too interested in federations. So maybe we do immediately grab prosperity for that mining station output. That would help our economy, and we do need to focus on that right now. Deep within a crevice of the giant asteroid GF53-811, we have found something astonishing. There's mining gear attached to the rock, digging itself into the vast depth of the asteroid. It stands abandoned, with no sign of who placed it there. If we can stop the machine, we might be able to learn something about the technology used to build it, but we must hurry before random debris crushes it. Okay. We'll issue that special project. That's a timed special project. It requires a construction ship. Okay. How long do we have on that? 1080 days? This should be fine. Wonderful. Okay, so we're grabbing a few more things over there. Ooh, 471 days? We are going to leave that one be for now. A private collector on Belgium Prime has somehow come into ownership of an ancient precursor artifact believed to be Cybrex in origin. Despite government pressure, the collector has so far been reluctant to part with it. We can pay 500 energy credits. That would hurt a bit. We could seize it for 100 influence. That would definitely hurt. How many Cybrex do we have so far? We have 3. This would give us 4. And we do expect there to be more in some of these anomalies over here. We can always get more via the rubricator later on as well. At the same time, I feel like 500 energy credits is kind of worth it. We'll do that. We're hurting on the energy credit front, but we can make it work. I'm not too concerned about that. The Kroll are becoming more militaristic. Good for them. And yeah, that did indeed give us the jobs that we needed. We have a miner job, 2 technician jobs, and 2 clerk jobs available on Azure Chalice. So that will actually shore up quite a lot of our energy credits once we get there. And being out of energy credits isn't the worst thing. If I recall correctly, it's mostly being out of energy credits. Actually, it does hurt quite a lot, doesn't it? It cuts our mineral output, if I recall correctly, as well as artisan output. So that would be an issue. Okay. Well, we just necrophaged a few pops. That's nice. We're up to 38 reduction in our energy credits. On Azure Chalice, let's actually check in on our pop growth. We are not growing pops here. Why are we not growing pops on Runum? Grow Rexar, please. now it's growing properly. Excellent. That was odd. I've never seen it not have a species selected to grow like that. Of course, maybe it's because this is not our main species. But I just want to check in on all these others. This one is also not set to grow. Okay. That's fine. There's also some immigration happening. So that's great. Okay, so Thredma's next building comes available at 25 pops. I'm not sure if that's actually accurate, though. I think it comes available at 20 pops. Based on when gene clinics became available, or not gene clinics, based on when this civilian industry became available. So I think we need 4 more pops here, and we're going to get 1 pretty soon. People are emigrating currently, and that's not hugely surprising. Because there are newly founded colonies. Yeah, that's fairly to be expected.
An anomaly has been discovered.
We'll go ahead and research this asteroid belt. There's an irregularity there. That'll be fine. But this is mostly an economic episode, I think. We need to do that. Mining station output increase will help our energy credit situation, as well as our minerals situation. It will not help our food or consumer goods, but that's okay. We have a relic activation possible. I'm not going to bother with that.
Construction venture completed.
That's not going to be a thing. Okay, so we finished our construction over here. I do want to build a starbase in Welcome, so we'll do that. We're on our way over to this special project. We should be there in plenty of time, in theory. We're about to run out of consumer goods, so we definitely need to source a few of those. Let's just sell a few minerals, and we'll source in 250 consumer goods for now. That'll be fine. We can continue balancing this. We do also need some food. We'll just buy in 100 food for now. And we'll sell another 1,000 minerals. Okay, so we're down to minus 22 energy credits. Things are looking up in that scenario. Glowing webs of an unknown origin periodically illuminate the surface of Grumium-4. That's fine. Go ahead and research it. Okay. So we definitely need to be working on our trade, I think. Like, for example, we should think about building a trade station here. This would be a pretty good trade station, I think. So we're going to upgrade that to a starport. That'll take a year, but we can start grabbing this trade value that's out here. Science Officer Chardon reports that Grumium-4 is covered from pole to pole in a web-like network of electrical filaments. These networks respond to external stimuli. The GCS Cracked Misfortune experimented with sending a low-voltage pulse to the surface, which resulted in a wave of illumination that rippled through the network like a circuit board. Even more remarkably, the webs rearranged themselves. A second low-voltage pulse revealed that the filaments have been organized into a new pattern, centered around where the previous pulse had contacted the surface of Grumium-4. Chardon concludes that this discovery confirms her long-held theory, that life can exist as almost purely electrical impulses, independent of cellular or viral structure. Fascinating. Okay, we're currently out of food. We should do something about that. And I'm just going to sell some volatile motes here. We have an infinite amount of volatile motes, but we're just limited on how quickly they come in. We're going to buy 1,000 food. That'll keep us going for now. But we do need an agro world. And I'm kind of leaning towards, well, there's only 4 agriculture districts available on Betrak. There are 6 available on Ziober. 3 available on Ebonar. Okay. Actually, that's rather a lot, but that's a good physics modifier. Okay. Hostile fauna here, that's fine. Only 4, 6... Actually, what was this modifier? Titanic life. Oh, okay. That's another good research world, then. Okay, there's 7 available up here. By what has to be beyond astronomical odds, the GCS Broken Core has actually managed to pinpoint the source of the odd signals as it soared past the asteroid belt. A tiny alien construct. A simple scan reveals that it has some sort of ritualistic container, holding the remains of an alien spacefarer. Okay, we can gain 250 society research, or 150 in each kind. And that's what we're gonna do. Excellent. We're gonna run out of energy credits and consumer goods soon enough, but that's okay. We are, in theory, making some good progress. Like, I'm not concerned about energy credits at this time, because we are going to get all this trade value. So that's not a problem. There's also a fair amount of trade value up here that we might want to get. We'll wait to decide where we want to grab that. There's also some over here that we'll have to think about how we want to get. Collecting this trade value, however, does mean that we are going to want to have our fleet patrol here. That's okay. We can do that. When is this going to finish its upgrade?
An unusual phenomenon has cropped up.
Oh, right. I did it here, didn't I? We'll go ahead and research this. Metallic debris, that's fine. 204 days, and that means that I did, in fact, choose the wrong thing here. So we're going to have this stop, and we're going to instead patrol here. That'll be fine. Excellent.
System survey has concluded.
Okay. So 200 days on getting this trade station up. And I'm just going to mark this as a trade station, just so that I know what's going on later on. Excellent, because I'm not sure that'll be done this episode. In fact, I'm pretty sure it won't be done this episode. But we can work on filling in these areas over here and getting our economy on track, which is something that we knew that we were going to need to focus on. This asteroid was evidently used as a junkyard by someone at some point in the distant past. All manner of discarded machinery and metallic refuse has been deposited inside the asteroid's weak gravity well, being slowly pulled into the jumble of debris that now covers the surface. There's nothing of particular value to be found here, but a lot of the metal could be salvaged by a mining station. We should recycle what we can. Wonderful. So we're looking for a world to make into an agri-world. If we don't find one, we may have to make some agridomes, like habitats. It's not ideal, but it may have to happen. That said, what do these worlds look like? Actually, that's a lot of agriculture that could go here. Okay. And this one over here, that's also a decent chunk of agriculture. Okay. Sounds good. So that might be a plan once we get gene tailoring. Now the question is, when are we going to get gene tailoring? Who knows the answer to that one. Getting our science worlds properly online will help that tremendously, though. That's just generally what we need to do, is work on our colonies and get those properly set up. Hello, there's an arid world out over here. Okay. Sounds good. We're about to run out of consumer goods yet again. So we will simply liquidate a few of our alloys for right now to get in some consumer goods. There we go. That'll buy us some time.
Construction venture completed.
Oh, the starbase did finish up. Fantastic. So we want to put in a trade hub. This will give us a base of, or rather a collection range of 1. And we would also love to put in a, let's see, where is it here? It's in here somewhere, I think. Maybe we don't have the tech yet? Crew quarters, hydroponics bay. We may not have the technology yet to put in a building here, but we want 2 trade hubs for sure. So we'll put in our second trade hub as soon as this month tick happens. Oh, hello. We managed to stop the excavator. Wonderful. We got deep core mining 20% done. We'll take it. We'll get the second trade hub because we do need a range of 2. Oh, okay. We found this. 23 days. Do it. For several months now, we've received scattered reports of small numbers of alien mercenaries and privateers operating on the frontiers of our space. They call themselves the Slurpanor and are apparently exiles from a nomadic warrior culture inhabiting overcrowded space stations in and around the Ugarasti system. I don't know where that is. Ah, over here. We don't care. Goodbye, guys. Wonderful. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to keep working on our economy. We are getting super close to getting that economy turned around. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.